Hello and very good day everybody. Hope the sound is okay. Welcome to another video. I am your personal funky scene pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko and I will be your captain for today's flight. I hope the sound is okay. Can you hear the sounds in the background? There is like woodpecker and obviously some other birds, chicken. Do you hear? It's wolves, man. Can you hear it? There's wolves in Microsoft Flight Simulator. We got wolves, man. So today, so just for now keeping it slow until keeping it a little bit low until we start the engines. So let me tell you a little bit something about today's flight. We are currently standing at the Leknes airport in Norway, and we're about to embark on quite a short flight to the Harstad-Narvik airport, Evenes, also in Norway, and we are really up quite high, and maybe I can show you on the world map. This is wrong, so let us, why is it showing us here? That's not where we are. That's going to be fun. There you go. Okay, well, let's just keep it on. As you can see, we are northern region of Norway, quite high up, and the current time here, let me just check, because I forget, it's about noon. Yeah, it's 12:49. The sun doesn't really rise high above the horizon here. This is the highest point, I believe, of the sun right now in the sky, and it will start setting already. We are just so close to the northern pole of our planet. It's a lot of woods around here, and I for one definitely enjoy the soundtrack where you can hear the wolves go crazy in the background, going whoa, whoa, you know. And we've heard this once before on the channel when we were standing in Alaska. Also quite remote, lots of nature, and yeah, I'm just really happy to be hearing it again. So decided let's just catch it on the stream a little bit. There's the woodpecker, taka taka tok, you know. There it goes again. The woodpecker, a cute little bird. So here we are then. Let's get inside the aircraft. For now I'll just open the window so we can hear a little bit more before we start up the engines. Show you the chart and you'll have some idea of what it is that we're going to do. Let me open the flight plan. So we are at the Leknes airport here in Norway, and basically we're going to fly to the Evenes airport, also in Norway. It's right there. It should be at speed 110 knots. It should take us about 35 minutes. So I'm counting on something like that. I could not find any VORs. They do have some NDB. Not very particularly trained or nor experienced in flying NDB. Oh, there's the wolves again. There's the wolves, man. I love it. Absolutely love it. So cool. So yeah, we're just going to fly towards some NDBs, and hopefully we'll get to our destination And I wonder if it's going to be a later runway or not. It doesn't show a lot of information, and to believe it is actually not on this chart. But no problem. We are on the SkyVector website, which is a website that's actually used real world pilots. You can make an account if you want and sign in, and you can save your flight plans. But be warned, and I repeat, be warned, and I stress, be very warned, do not file a flight plan on this website. Do not file any flight plans on this website unless you are actually going to fly it in the real world in a real aircraft, because it's an official website, and if you file a flight plan that you're not going to fly, then you're going to get into trouble with law enforcement. The FAA does not take lightly to those things. What is this button? Sure. So yeah, just a little heads up that you do not do that. But obviously you can use it for planning purposes, and there's some information, mountain tops and everything. And obviously it will also help sometimes with the VFR, so you can just have a look at where are you and what landmarks and what have you. So we'll be flying over the Svolvær Heli airport as well. That's the NDB 258. I believe that is the first one, was it? Yes. So let's just enter that in the airplane, in the radio stack 258 at the automatic direction finder. So that is 258. So let us get back to the cockpit here. And let's start up the aircraft first. It is so peaceful, man. I almost do not even want to go flying. We just sit here and chill. Oh, that's the wrong button, obviously. That wasn't very chill. No, it's a peaceful area. There's the wolves. Anyway, we've got some sleeping to do in a little bit, so let's go fly, and then we'll spend the night at our destination. Probably a nice little warm cabin in the woods. What do you think? So the fuel pumps go on, and make sure, oh, take it easy there, make sure it can go to the full, and fuel tank selectors as well. So let's start up engine number 1, the left one. So there you go, engine number 2. Okay, so we got, let's turn up the mic volume a little bit, because outside there's nothing now really that we can hear anymore, obviously. Alright. There's some lighting knobs, turning knobs hidden right here behind the yoke. So let's use them to get some lighting going. We turn on the avionics and the external lighting as well. And I think we should be good. I'll quickly check what was the first NDB was Svolvær 258. So let's see how this is going to work out for us. 258. Maybe we swap it first. 258. What am I missing, man? Thomas stays on the 9. Can we go up, maybe? Will it change its mind? No. Well, here we are. We're stuck on the ground. Turn on this little internal light. I believe it's blue with this aircraft. Yes. That looks wrong. My apologies. Like it's the first two left digits, and then the last the right digits, but it's only took the outer right one, and I believe this is only 2 buttons. Oops. Maybe it's clickable. There you go. Okay, my bad. 258. There you go. My apologies for the little move moment. I told you earlier, I'm not very experienced with using the ENEV and the ENEVs. Let's just go 1200. At least this changes automatically. Not really sure how this works. Okay, so should be ready to go, I guess. Let's extend the flaps to the first position for our takeoff. And we could maybe try and see if there is a windsock present, or we could maybe just check the weather. Winds from 271. And we got which runways? 20 and 02. Okay, so we need to go to the other end of the runway. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's close the little window, say goodbye to the wolves, and go to turn off the fuel pumps. Probably it's not what you're really supposed to be doing at this stage. I believe you only do it once you're actually airborne. Okay, so we're rolling. Today we're flying the Piper PA44 Seminole. It is an aircraft, it's a Baylor from the Coronado website, I believe they're called. The link is in the description if you're interested in checking it out. This is the aircraft, external. It comes with a small variety of liveries. I believe it's about 7 or 8 maybe. I believe the livery I'm currently using. Let's brake. Let's turn it out here. Is one that I got for free from the flightsim.to website. I'm very sorry, but I do not remember the developer or the designer of the livery. I like the colors, but I'll show you. So if you are interested, go to the flightsim.to website and then you can download it. I mean, it's like a generic livery, but I just like the colors. Love it. Now, before we take off, as I said a couple of times, I'm not very experienced with the NDBs. And this needle should pick up the NDB, and it doesn't look like it's picking it up yet. So what I will do first of all is check the heading that we are supposed to be flying. That will at least help us a little bit. Hopefully it says in the white box, it says 071 for 24 nautical miles. So 071 degrees. So we can put this in the 071, that would be 071. And let's just first take off, and then we'll deal with navigating. Can we turn on the ADF? How does this work again? Let me just check real quick. Your heading, your nav, so the navigation. I'm not really sure if it's going to follow it by using the navigation. Probably we have to determine what is the heading, or that the yellow needle will be pointing towards, and that will tell us the location of the non-directional beacon, the NDB that we're flying to. And we probably just then dial in what we did, like we did now. We just dial in the heading, or the bearing, if you will, as a heading, and we'll just fly on heading mode. So for now, let's keep this thing turned off. So I think that is about enough preparation with regards to the takeoff briefing, if you will. Let me get something ready here. Alright, so parking brake released, or yes, let's do it like this. So full power to the engines, and let's go. And we take off to a beautiful afternoon where the sun is already setting. It is really beautiful. Okay, so we got positive rate, gear can come up. Let's trim the aircraft. We maintain the speed a little bit. And the flaps can go up now. This definitely looks cool here, man. Okay, so we're climbing now. Let's just keep on climbing for a bit and see if we can we have the ADF. It's not there yet, so we fly heading 071, so we turn on the heading mode and believe the autopilot. Am I confusing myself now? Oh, is it this one? There we go, aircraft starts turning. So we're now going to fly to the heading of 071. Hopefully once we get closer to the NDB, the needle will start telling us which direction we should be flying to reach it. But we should be looking out of the window. We should be flying for about 24 nautical miles to a heading of 071 degrees. check up close a little bit better. Sometimes I have a hard time seeing it. I believe this should be fine. It should be 070, so 19071. Yeah, sure. I'm taking it. And there's no needle activity just yet. Let's have a little look outside the window, or I mean outside the aircraft. And we can go look at the area. You can see the sun is already like never really appears to have risen at all. Man, this is beautiful, man. People who are living here, they're living in a beautiful part of the world, I'm telling you. They should be so lucky. Look, there's the moon. It is always nice to have the moon around. And there's just a whole lot of islands here. They're actually really cool. So let's not go too high, because I think this is quite a comfortable altitude. Climbing through 5,500. Let's settle at 6,000 feet. So let's level off a little bit now. And maybe we can just use the altitude hold. So the aircraft hopefully is now going to hold. There you go. And let's reduce the speed a little bit. Still getting used to the oh, let's not crash. Stand by 1 second, please. It's probably not the proper way to do it, but this seems fine to me now. Moon's looking cool, man. It is smiling. There's a little mouth. There's one eye, there's another eye, a little nose. It's looking into this direction with a very modest little smile. Still no life from the NDB. So we are on our way now. We're currently flying over an enormous amount of small little islands. So I wonder if we can work out where we are, sort of, if we look at the chart here. So obviously we took off 020, flew a little bit. My guess would, I'm not really sure, but probably, let's see, like this, and then we turned left. Yes, we could, I don't know, here or maybe this bit, and we see this here, so we flew maybe like this, but I'm not really sure. So hopefully we do not get lost. Should be about 24 nautical miles. 258, so let's double check that as well. 258. I tend to make mistakes sometimes. 258, that is definitely there. I believe you do not really have to turn it on, but let me just double check. You can turn it, click on the ADF once, but then you get the ANT. So we do the ADF. I think usually it just picks up automatically as soon as you get the signal. Or you dial in, you dial in a frequency, and then it should just either pick it up or not if you're not in range. But I think that's about it, really. Are we maybe going a little bit slow? What is our actual speed? It seems a little bit on the slow side. So maybe a little more prop and a little more power, or a little more prop and reduce the power a little bit. So let's not forget to turn off the landing lights. There you go, nice and bright. Hey man, and who knows, if it gets darker maybe we will see the northern lights. That would be kinda cool. Okay, so let me turn off the landing lights. We keep the ENEV lights on, the recap lights, the strobe lights as well. Looks like the RPM is not really symmetric. I'm not sure if I want to be messing with this, man. I did it once when I first got this aircraft and I crashed. It was ugly. So what can we see here? There's a road, big mountain. Roads. There's a couple of islands, 2 islands in the line. Yeah, it sort of all looks a little bit the same to me. Seriously hard to tell. If you're not familiar in the area, it is kind of hard. Could be here. Not really sure. We should hope we get some signal on the ADF soon. There's nothing yet. I hope I'm doing it correctly though. Let me see if there's anything else I can find. ENLK or GPS, this is for the navigation. We do not need the nav. Maybe turn on the ADF there, but I believe this is only an audio signal. Does not seem to affect this. I thought I saw a little movement there, but it's probably my eyes playing tricks on me. I do have a little GPS here. I try really not to look at it too much, but too late. I glanced at it. Could obviously just zoom in all the way so we have the least amount of situational awareness or context with regards to our surroundings. But I believe there's nothing else we can do with the radio stack here or the navigational, the ADF here. You switch it. What does the PA44 do again? Like a timer or what? Yeah, probably. Anyway, you turn it off and on. I believe this bit here is just the audio. Got the flight director on. It's following the it's keeping the altitude and it's following a heading. Looks like there is a little kind of a city or a town. So I'm going to check the charts again. So I know at the end of our flight there is a town to the right there. But where there is a town there's probably the airport. So maybe we can see this 90-degree angle shape with a peninsula. So let's have a look out for that. Which would mean that we are actually there already, by the way. We're probably going a little bit too slow for that. Let's cheat and look out the window. Could be this, if that were the case. There you go, there's the airport. So yeah, so it's not picking up the ENEV, so I'm probably I'm doing something wrong. Let's see if we turn on nav, what is it going to do? This needle is still not moving, so turn off the nav and turn on the heading. It does not have an ENEV button here, does it? It doesn't work like that, Arkady. Yeah, so that's quite interesting. Probably doing something wrong though, but no clue what. So we'll just check the chart now and see which heading we should be going now. And it's telling us heading of 066. About 34 nautical miles. Let's just do that first. 066. Does this go all the way to 0? It does not. So how does this work, man? Oh, what am I doing? 066 degrees heading. The Americans have a really nice word for that. It's duh. Okay, so we're now flying to 066, and let's have a look at what is the frequency. It would have to be 365 ODD 365. And we swapped. And does this get picked up? It does not appear so. There you go, it picks up. It is telling us it's how do we do this again? Oh, you have to put this to your current heading, which is 066. Am I right? What am I doing wrong here, people? This is not my sharpest moment. Basically, we're just flying towards it, so probably shouldn't be bothering with it too much. But this is our heading. Let's have a look and work out what we're supposed to be doing now. I'm just going to zoom in so we have a lot clearer picture. So basically, the needle is pointing towards the ADF in any case. So that's where the ADF is regardless of our heading. So if we now know our heading is 066 degrees because we dialed it in, we basically put this yellow needle straight on top of our heading, which would be this one notch to the right. So this tells us the heading we should be flying should be around 062. So we go 66, 5, 4, 3, 2. The aircraft is now going to turn to the left a little bit. You can see the wing dipping to the left. And then these two should sort of start to line up now. So the yellow arrow and the yellow marker right there. So I would say 1 more degree to the left. Let's see if they then line up perfectly. In any case, we won't miss it. So there you go. I do believe you can hear it beeping in the background, but this sound is... yeah, this sound just not very loud. So the ADF, it never has a DME signal, so you have no clue of knowing how far away you are, but all you know is whether you are flying into the right direction or not. So now our heading is a little bit to the left of where we should be going. So we just do 1 notch. Did I do it? I'm not really sure. 1 notch to the right. And we just keep it lined up like this, and just look out for the airport, because we are going to fly. I believe there's an airport, but let's check it again so we know for sure. It doesn't look like there's an airport really. So it's going to be interesting, but in any case we should, as soon as we get closer, the needle will shift, and then we also know that we are, well, at least ready to fly to the next. Oh, there is no next. Oh my god. Okay, so then it's 30 nautical miles to a heading of 061, more or less. We're not really sure if we're going to fly straight overhead, but I would assume so, as long as we keep on the track. But we could also be flying from this direction, right? So in any case, as soon as it starts, the needle starts moving quickly, we should dial in a heading of 061 degrees, and we should, we should start getting on the lookout. So we just follow the terrain a little bit. So basically it is the next island. Yeah, there's water going through there. So, good. Arkady happy. Needle still spot on, so I'm happy with that. Let's have a look at the aircraft from the outside. And the surroundings, obviously. It's definitely a cool sight, man. Nice area to fly in. Yeah, the sun is setting very quickly here. Very early, I should say. The local time should be 13:28. It is not even 1:30 yet, and it's already getting dark, man. So I think I'm just going to grab a guitar and let's go for the view like this so we can see the needle there. And see if we can get some little mood music going. say about these chords. These are the chords when people are in love. So let's see if we can intervene a little bit with regards to the navigation, so that we actually do arrive at our destination. There's a little town here. Also, these people, I believe, very lucky. I wonder if they do have ATMs though. But we are drifting from the course. We are a little bit to the left of where we should be going. I would say about 4 or 5 degrees. Let's do 4 for now. Let's see how this is going to add up. And obviously, the closer you get, the more sensitive the difference is going to show, you know. Let's do a little more drastic turn. See how this is going to work out here on the ENEV. Now we should remember the course, I believe it was 061. Yes, 061. Just checked off the screen for us. So 061. So as soon as this needle just starts to sort of flip, now we should change the heading of 061, and just from there we just look out the window. That looks cool. That is what is reflecting on it? That's the moonlight reflecting there on the water. Let's have a look outside. Just simply enjoy the view a little bit. Yes, this definitely looks cool, man. Okay, so we are still on the correct course, so that's good. I believe we should be getting closer, and as soon as we fly over the NDB, we change the heading to 061, and we fly for about 30 nautical miles, and we'll just have to make sure we get a visual on the airport and the runway, and we touch down. Looks like we're not going to be playing a lot of the guitar, and there you go. Needle is now really starting to pick up speed. There you go. So this is our signal, 061. So this would be 06. So 061 should be this little notch. So we're now going to fly to 061 degrees for about 13 nautical miles. What can we see ahead? There is a little bay. It's all bays here, man. I mean, come on. Let's have a look at the chart real quick. See if it makes any kind of sense to us. My apologies. So we are now here, flying over land. There is some elevation ahead of us, that would see, but not very much. Then there is we'll be flying. Let's have a look. How can we see this? Yeah, so if we are really on this line, then we should be flying over a little bit of water, dividing the two pieces of land, and then there is a elevation of 1,000 feet to the left of us, and by here we should already actually be able to see the runway, because you see it's quite long, or well rather. So 30 nautical miles usually you should be starting. We should actually maybe even consider, do they have any weather conditions? Well, it's actually, we're not flying real with weather, so let's disregard that. Yes, we could maybe consider diverting now to heading of 090 and see if we can have a visual. The safest thing obviously is just fly overhead and take it from there. But let's have a look out the window. And some of these airports in Microsoft Flight Simulator, they are not illuminated, so that's always interesting. So the 1,000 feet peak, I'm not entirely sure. This, I would assume this is higher. It is hard to tell. I see some lights, but these look like it's a road. This could be 1,000 feet peak actually. So let's cheat one more time and look out, look externally. I believe we are still flying over the land, so this could be where the two land masses are divided. I think that's what I'm going for. So that would mean that the airport should be around here somewhere. It would make sense if it's around, if there's a road to and from the airport. There is a red light there. Not sure if that would be the airport, obviously, but would be nice. In any case, no, I'm not going to say it. What I wanted to say was we should maybe descend a little bit, but it is significantly harder to tell where we are until we're on top of it. So I think for now our best bet is we keep this altitude. That's a little too high, isn't it? Let's keep this altitude a little bit longer, so that at least we can have some visual. Well, this is definitely the water going through these pieces of land, and it looks like there's some water there as well. Quickly check the chart again. Not very convinced. 1,000, 1,000. Do I see roads? Are there roads on this? It doesn't look like it. So I think we should just abandon the chart for now and try and realign our eyes. Hopefully this is the runway. That would be cool. It would also mean it's not lit. It is not too dark yet. And speaking of lights, probably not a bad idea to turn on the landing lights, since we are planning on landing. I do believe it. I would expect it should be here somewhere, man. The airport that we took off, it actually had some lights, so that was good. And I know that sometimes the airport they will have a green beacon light, And it usually helps quite well in determining where the airport is located. And this could also just be a hazard light for the altitudes, you know, like a wind turbine or high building. Quickly checking the chart. It looks like it should be in front of this range, mountain range, so it should definitely be down there somewhere. So let's be adventurous. How are we going to do this? Let's maybe start by going full feather and just reducing the speed a little bit. I believe full feather is required for the landing. And we lower the landing gear so we can decrease our speed. And we turn off the autopilot. This does not look good. The aircraft is banking to the right. So stand by 1 second. The aircraft wants to bank to the right for some reason. You know what they say, first you aviate, then you navigate, and then you communicate. Well, communicate is not going to be happening today. Navigate, obviously, we should, and aviate definitely if we do not want to crash. So what my intention is to get down here, see if we can have a visual. So let's start with the red light there. As you can see, there's already some more red lights coming. So don't tell me I chose to go to another dark airport again. So why is the aircraft banking to the right, man? That is very concerning. Now I really need an extra hand. No, I have no clue why it is doing this. I probably do something wrong. If you look at the manifold pressure and it is the right, it is the same on the right and the left engine both. Fuel quantity is also actually quite stable. It's quite symmetrical. So let's not get too low. Let's do a little experiment. And can we do this now? No, we cannot. Yeah, this is actually quite annoying because I need the left control stick to keep the aircraft level, but as soon as I hold the right mouse button, the camera starts translating, you see. But I need sometimes to I can translate with a button, but it is, yeah, but I will need the right button anyway. Just see if we can spot the airstrip or the airport here. Anywhere. Yes, I got a positive. I'm just going to set it down, people. And maybe see if we can trim it a little. So I'm not sure if this has a rudder trim, and obviously what good of a pilot would I be go flying without knowing it is a rudder trim, but it's a good lesson for the next time. So the speed is okay. It's just that we are not in a very stable we're not in a very stable situation. A little more flap. Quickly check externally, the gear is actually down. Yes, the rudder seems fine. Not really sure what's going on here. Anyone has any bright ideas watching this video between now and 100 years, please feel free and let me know what you think. So, flaps full now. It is beautiful. I love how it looks. Look at this, man. And I do not believe it is the wind causing us to dip the wing to the right all the time. What it is, I'm not sure, but I do not believe it's the wind. So a little more power. Just to arrive alive, if you will. Just keep going down. The other setting now, and try and set it down easily. Oops, probably a very rough landing. But we are down. There was no crash detected. So what I want to do, now that we're here, and maybe we can do like a little pattern flight. We'll just stop it right here in the middle of the runway. Parking brake is set. Let's have a look. If there's anything, sometimes you know you can hit a button or something and something is off. Here, what is this? This looks like nose left, neutral nose right. I would believe this is the rudder trim. Let's trim it all the way to the left. Is there any way that we can do this with a really big change? Okay, so we just keep on pressing it. So now if we look at the rudder, looks like it's hard to tell, man. Yeah, there you go. You see this is little, from this angle you can see this corner. So the rudder is to the right. But this is now. There is probably a button on the keyboard that you can press to immediately snap. Maybe let's try the numeric 5. Doesn't seem to work. So we just center it manually like this, but not really sure if this is what was, excuse me, not really sure if this is what the problem was though. Okay, so what's happening now? Come on. Okay. So eyeballing, this should be somewhere in the middle. Can have a look externally, and it looks more symmetrical now. What do the engines tell us? Even though we are now on the ground, but still. So we have manifold and RPM, they are symmetrical. Fuel quantity is symmetrical. Fuel pressure is symmetrical. Oil pressure is also symmetrical. Oil temperatures are both symmetrical. And left and right cylinder head symmetrical. Temperatures. So I'm really not sure. I did notice earlier I'm using a key combination for my controller to decrease the prop RPM, and what I noticed at some stage was when I got around here and I would start doing small increments, now it is going symmetrical, but it was taking one of the two a little more than the other, so it was starting to become, oh, let's keep the engine running. But actually in flight I tried resetting it, and in flight both the RPM and the manifold pressure, both of them actually seemed symmetrical. We were not flying with the autopilot anymore, so that would not have been disrupting our flight behavior either, could not have. Yeah, so not really sure if I can explain what happened. The rudder trim seemed fine. There is another trim, which is trim we use for the up and down. So I do not believe I'm capable of solving this little mystery. I want to try and do a little pattern. So flaps 1. Hopefully we do not crash. If we crash, we just add the strain, but got lift off. Seems more stable now though. Gear up. Flaps up. Keep the nose pointing up. Yeah, so not really sure what was going on there. It does look fine now. Could have been wind, perhaps, but I don't know. So let's fly a left pattern. What was our heading? Around 1.5. Coming. But in any case, we made it. That's good news. The sun is still not set completely. And luckily we could actually see the runway. For the life of me I could not see it from when we were up higher though. But we did manage to find it. So that's always nice. You have to monitor the speed a little bit. Because I do want to make the left turn. Can we see the airport? We're really quite low now. Maybe a little more power and get it to the turn and try not to dip the nose. So compensating with the oh look, there's some mountains here, so that's the red light. There's the runway. Man, this is a beautiful area. I'll be sleeping very well tonight, I believe. Can you imagine, like, this cabin here, somewhere that you can chill and sleep? Wonderful. Okay, so reducing power a little bit more flap. Wait a little longer before we make the sharp turn. Probably a little bit dangerously low, so let's keep the nose up. Now do the sharp turn. I'm going to cut power a little bit. The flaps are full. Line it up. Speed should be fine. Man, the area is really, really pretty. I gotta keep on saying it. Don't know why. Okay, so here's the airport. Okay, so here you are again then. Flaps go up. And let's drive all the way to the... Oh, we could have gone left here. Now we can go left here too, so let's brake a little bit more. And then we turn. And let's just vacate the runway now. We've been slacking about far too long. Okay, so Whiskey Pop 812 runway vacated. That is the constellation of the Pleiades. Well, it's not really a constellation actually. That one. Look. The 7 stars they call it sometimes. It's a group of stars. Anyway. So we're here. Welcome to Harstad-Narvik Airport, Evenes, everybody. And thank you so much for joining me on this video, for checking it out really. Basically this was like my 50th solo flight. Open up the little window. It's nice and noisy. And just find a nice parking spot. Nice and close here to the buildings, so we can all go inside, have a little pee, maybe a little pool, get a little drink, get a little eat. This will be my self-designated parking spot. Parking brake is set. And cutting the fuel flow there. And cutting the feathers. We should be on idle, that's good. So what else do we do? Avionics, we can turn them off. Peacock light and the strobe lights can go off. Landing lights can go off. Let's turn on, leave on the nav light for now. Actually, no, let's turn it off too. What else do we have? So we might need. Yep. Needed a little flashlight there for a second. The fuel pumps, we already turned those off. So the magnetos, so these two go right through the little window. This one wanted a little safeguard or window guard. The alternators left, right, battery master. There you go. Aircraft shutting down. Just going to let it stand here for a little bit and see if we can maybe hear some more background sounds before we end the video. Gave it like a minute or two, just to see if there was, excuse me for that, just to see if there was, or hear, if you will, rather, if there was any wolf sounds here as well. But it looks like there was none. So, yes. Now we can do two things. We can end the video, or just leave it on for a relaxation video. Leave it on until the early morning. I think I'm going to choose the first option, which is end the video. I did once make a short little video, but not really sure. I don't believe I actually. It was not a live video, and I don't think I saved it or it was unlisted. I believe, not sure. I made it, but the video it was just rain, so just sitting in an aircraft, like a general aviation aircraft such as this one. Rain on the roof, no engine started, and just listening. And I put it on for, I don't know, an hour or whatever. And it really helped me sleep. Or fall asleep, really. Sleeping itself, it's just your body doing it, I believe, but it was relaxing. hear some elk in the background. But not really sure, I'm probably reaching here. So anyway, that concludes today's video, everybody. Again, thank you for checking the video between now and about 100 years or whatever. Hope to see you again soon. I'm looking forward to it. I am your personal funky sim pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko. Thank you very much for checking and see you next time. Bye bye.